Okay, I'm back. I don't know what just happened. I really don't know what just happened. Okay, well, how about this? I'm gonna also go live on Twitch because I noticed that on TikTok, um, specifically on TikTok, that it's kind of hard for me to share that with other platforms. So, like for example, like Twitch will share to YouTube. Um, TikTok, I have to like individually edit it, cut it, share it, and it's just like a lot more steps than I really am willing to deal with that much. So, um, so yeah. Um, let's see if I can do a split view of. I'm just walking through this with y'all. So, okay. So today's weather check 94, morning routine like I did, wardrobe, laundry. OOTD photo shoot. This is not a product for sale, so I won't be doing that. Totally should have took a picture yesterday, but that didn't work. Pinterest. Oh, I was just on Pinterest. I want to learn how to make an ad so I can promote there. I don't know how that's going to work. Alright, I'm going to try to share my screen. There we go. Hey guys. Um, so yeah, I'm on TikTok as well as Twitch now. Um, so I'm literally streaming live from both. Hey Anthony, Patrick, Chris, DF from NYC. Hey. So yeah, I actually am going to be sharing, like I said, my Pinterest with y'all. So this way I can work on how to put ads in there. Okay. I know not a lot of people utilize Pinterest a lot lately, so it's not like a very high topic, but it's another way for you to be able to advertise. So remember that there are a lot of people on this site, and each site that you're on has a specific amount of people. Now, I know that there's a lot of bots out there, but you got to think like, okay, well, only certain areas of the earth are being covered by internet right now, and then there's only a certain amount of people that are on each one of these apps, and then you've got to catch them right when they're on the app, right? So you got to be in their face, so to speak. The thing is, though, is that for you to be able to do that, you're going to have to hit every single one of them every single day, all day long, to do that. So remember what I said about like almost thinking of yourself almost like a disco ball in a sense of being able to, you know, put out information as well as, extrapolate information from the universe, so to speak. So, one of the options that I did put on here for today was Pinterest to promote ads and socials with links. Or you could create a fashion Saturday board for tomorrow. For those of you who are into this kind of thing of making a vision board, um, Pinterest is always a good idea to start with. They have a lot of imagery there that you guys can get inspiration from immediately, as well as it does pull the algorithm for what you're interested in. So I'm not affiliated to Pinterest. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. I'm just stating this as an example. I do not know much about Reddit and Quora. I'm supposed to be learning more about those, but I don't feel like that's something that is towards what I'm doing. but I could still utilize that as a source, like I said, for getting the information out there to draw in people. So, like for example, for those of you who are on seller sites, like Amazon, whatnot, eBay, Etsy, stuff like that, like those are the ones that I'm on. I'm actually an affiliate with Amazon. And so for me to share my links and stuff like that, there's certain requirements for each one of the sites. That's why I keep telling you guys to keep up with your requirements, because it keeps changing. And the more that there's AI out there, the more that it'll keep changing. A lot of the companies are going anti-AI. They're going against that AI push because they want real. They want you to show the backgrounds. They want you to go live out and about. I'm personally pushing for all social media to go mobile. And I think that that would add to the whole AI endeavor, so to speak, right? Um, so yeah. Hey, Lemore, how are you? And, so yeah, anyway, let's see. So, you could, I don't know if you can share Amazon links on Pinterest or if you can cross over some of those. I know I have been personally putting my links on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But you can put those links anywhere. You can put them all over your social media. You can put them in with a regular picture or video that you have, as well as in your link in bio, so to speak. We try to make it to where it's less than 3 clicks. Because if they go past 3 clicks, they're not interested anymore, okay? It's like the 3-second rule, this 3-second scroll rule. You know, if you can't catch their attention in 1.5 seconds, by those 3 seconds, they're already on to the next. I don't know, I can't tell you how fast I could scroll. Literally. So if it was only by viewers, if I was actually getting paid by likes and viewers, then that would be awesome. Because there's a lot of viewers that come through on my, specifically on my TikTok compared to Twitch, as well as YouTube. So, but yeah. For those of you who have been missing me on YouTube, check out my TikTok. Is another option for you guys to come and join me there. Hey, I'm Pratik. Thank you very much. I didn't get a chance to say thank you the other day, but thank you very much for this, for the subscription for months. That's awesome. Thank you so much. So I try to give thanks when, you know, when I remember to, because I have so many things going through my brain at all times. So I try to, you know, try to get it when I can. And I think I did give you a shout out the other day. I don't know if you were live with me. So, but yeah. I know I'm kind of like walking, like scrolling through. I can't even see the screen to tell you if it's double screen in TikTok right now. I wanna say that you guys can see what my my page is. But yeah, so I'm gonna look up somewhere. Okay, so over here on the side, I can create. Actually, that's gonna be my wedding dress, y'all. Just kind of letting you know that it's like $1,600 for that dress, but I want it to be my wedding dress. So yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna create. I've never done this before. This is the first time me ever doing this, so you guys are going to do this live with me. I hope I don't have any files on here that are wrong. So I'm gonna try an Amazon one, right? So if it's not doable, they're going to tell me that it's not doable, right? Oh gosh, there's a lot of pictures on here. Hold on, let me close this screen because I can't see. Alright, let's see here. Okay, those are Prime days. Alright, I'm just going to put this. This is my personal QR code for my link tree. Okay? And so I'm going to do, I'm going to ask a question. Have you seen this yet? Exclamation mark, question mark. Look at what? I don't know if I should put the hashtag in front of it, but no. I'm trying to think. Okay, so my push for the QR code is getting serious now. I'm trying to think of how I could draw in attention. Have you seen this yet? Let's just leave it at that. Simple, right? Simple. I'm just going to put eBay. And then add the link, which is I think it's saved. Nope, it's not saved. MKT dot, no, TR.ee. Oops, I can't type. Backslash eBay. I think that's the, hold on, let me just verify. Oh, I can't do that live. Anyway, choose a board. I don't think it really matters. I'm trying to think, because I don't have like a niche. Someone's going to put it in my style. Tag topics. Let's see. Influencer. Because everybody's an influencer. Everyone's a content creator. No. I'm just going to leave that blank. I don't have any products. What's some more options? Okay. So I'm just going to do that. See if it does anything. Okay? And I can follow my own social media Linktree algorithm in Linktree. So I can see if they're coming from Pinterest or not. So wherever I'm adding my QR codes through the Linktree account on each one of these social medias, Linktree is going to tell me where these people are coming from. So putting that push out there really does kind of like, hold on, let me come back here. Go back to regular. Oh, no, this one. Yeah, okay. So coming back to your, to the regular stream. Oh my gosh, my hair's a hot mess now. I'm gonna mess it up. So you can actually do that. Like you can put, I just showed that as an example, okay? You can use different sites for ads, right? And promoting yourself. And I want you to think outside the box of what you would normally have done previously. So local, online, international, intergalactic, whatever you want to call it. The review was that we were to promote ourselves, use old content as ads with links, where to post and when, which we've already crossed that out, so let's just do that now. It's all the time, every day. Because AI took over. Cross-posting, like I said, as far as like getting that link tree out there, getting that QR code out there. And like I said, you know, I mean, I could just as easily have print out like 3 little QR codes, put them in the back windows of my vehicle, right? And then whenever we're parked somewhere, somebody's going to scan it. They're going to be curious. They're going to be like, why is there a QR code in my car? There's nothing else with it. So what does it mean? Right? So the curiosity's already there. It's just getting people to click on it. You know what I mean? And then once they look at it, what happens when they look at it? What's the first thing on my link tree? Same thing. You guys got to go back and double check your stuff and see how people see it. You know, from their own perspective. So say, for example, you go to click on my personal link tree, right? Okay, you did see it? That's awesome. So from my personal link tree, like when you go to click on it, the first thing that you see, is my picture. Granted, it's a little old. Better picture of me. It's like 2-3 years old. Anyway. So across the top, you have my picture, then it says my name, then it says welcome. Click icons below to add, donate, subscribe, and share with your friends. So the first line that you're seeing, hold on, let me share my screen. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. So the first line that you're seeing when you pull up my link tree is right here on the right hand side. Is my picture, my name, the intro, right? Then these little icons right here, for those of you who don't know, those icons are clickable. So, and that's why I said click icons below. And then you have these icons. You could click the icons above or choose from this list. So the first thing that comes up is my Amazon affiliate link, my Instagram, my Rakuten referral, which I don't even know why that's on there. I don't even use Rakuten anymore. My eBay account, which is my own personal seller site, by the way. These 3 locations that I'm live on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. I do need to add TikTok, so let's go ahead and, well, I'll do that here in just a second. Then I have my donation sites, which are Cash App and Venmo right now. And you can also donate through TikTok. You can donate through Twitch, through Kick, I think, and YouTube as well. My Cash App is $EVERIFFE 21. It's in my About Me section on Twitch. And it's also, like I said, in my link tree. And then I also have the 18 plus stuff in Discord. So, so yeah. I do need to add, just from me looking at this, I can already tell that it's lacking, right? So I need to remove, a little note for myself. Need to remove the Rakuten referral, and this is on Linktree. Add TikTok Live. Donation sites are fine. I have my wish lists on there too. And Discord, I don't ever go on Discord, so for those of you who are all about some Discord, I just don't do it. It's been like the beaten redheaded stepchild of all my social media for the most part. So, oh, he needs to come over here and tell me I'm freaking running. Okay. So, do I have TikTok at the top? Yes, I have my TikTok at the top. And there it is. There's my TikTok. Sometimes when I go back and I look at some of my social media, I laugh because I looked so different in so many different, like, imagery that, like, for example, like when I was doing the photo shoots and stuff, I looked so different then than I do now. I mean, this was right after the wreck, right here. And I lost all my hair. That's my kids. So yeah. Me and Jeff. My favorite car in the world. It hasn't even been into existence yet. It's a concept car. So yeah. This is all my social media for here for TikTok. And so yeah, that does work. Another thing is too, you got to make sure that your links work. So here's my Twitch. Not Twitch, my Twitter. There's that. And then, where is it? What is this? My Patreon. I'm still working on Patreon. Okay, so yeah. Patreon. What? Oh, I gotta log in. Okay, I haven't logged into that one in a while. Here's my Pinterest. Now, is that the same Pinterest as the one I just used? Okay, good. Because I have two. Pinterest. Here's my Amazon wish list. Y'all, if you have not seen those pens yet, the smart pens, please go get one. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Especially if you're an artist of any kind, or if, like, you write a lot, like especially notes, college, stuff like that. I have a lot of, like, house stuff. I didn't realize I had a lot of house stuff. Oh, and like the miniature houses, like these are so cool. The tiny houses. I have them saved on here. There's different kinds. There's like a modular home type, and then there's like the little pods. There's a double layer one, greenhouse. I mean, naturally you can't send these to my P.O. box, but I'm just saying, you know. I didn't realize like how much stuff is not purchasable on here for a P.O. box. Like, you can't send that bow to the P.O. box. I just feel like my life is so much different now. It's so crazy. All the little on-air signs. Oh, yeah, this thing, too. It's a tap strap. It's a wearable keyboard, mouse, and air gesture controller. And that's from a while ago, so that one's only $100. Because the price dropped down $50. Or 50%. Because they got newer stuff out now. Oh, yeah, and those pots and pan sets are, like, legit. Please. If you have a chance to get a solid metal pot and pan set, just do it. Dishwash. Yeah, so this is all the stuff that I want. Yeah, especially that Scorpion gaming chair, right? It's only like, I don't know, $10,000. You know, you got to put every aspect of everything that you want on a wish list, because you never know. Some people are just that way. They just have a lot of money and they just want to do something good with it for somebody. Let's see. Okay, so here's my Etsy. Three years on Etsy and no sales, because I only have like 5 products. Alright, so add products to Patreon and Etsy. That merch sticker pre-order is because I don't have any more. So if you purchase any stickers, I have to order them. Okay, so there's that one. That one works. Like I said, guys, you guys have to, what's going on here? I messed it up. That's so good. Alright, so what's this? The last one's Facebook. I think this should be my fan site. Yeah, okay, so, there we go. Okay. So yeah, let me go back to the full camera. Hey Gary, Rama Fran, Will Hash, Steve, Lee Moore. Hey. So yeah. Hey. So we'll do that. Taking old content and turning them into ads. Like I said, even if you don't have old content, maybe you just started, right? You know, just whatever you can get a hold of, basically. Like whatever, it takes a few seconds to take a picture, right? But try not to make it static. So you want to try to make it as live as possible. Where was I at? Okay. So as per site, like I said, as part of your posting, it will be your ads, your links, your wish lists. It'll be your donation sites, a budget, you know, if you have to. or no, you need to budget the advertising if you're paying for it, right? But what we're trying to do is free or cheap as possible. So, like I said, pulling up anything that you have, doesn't matter what it is. You can have one picture and turn it into 10 different posts, okay? And just by editing it and scrubbing it, that's all you have to do. You just either say thank you on there for your followers, or, you know, telling them about things that you're going to do in the future, or, you know, whatever it is. Like right now, say for example, email would be helpful. I don't understand. Um, so I'm not really the type of person to send out emails for ads. I just think it's annoying and stupid. But if it's part of your social media, this is the whole point of what I'm making here. If it's part of what you already do, it's just an add-on to what you already do. Okay, so you're already posting, you're already going live. Just say thank you to your fans. Tell them about your other sites. Tell them about oh, my computer is overheating, I think. Tell them about what you want. And if you have some kind of website like Twitch, for example, that pays you for ads, how many in-stream ads did you get during your stream? Like, I know for a fact that there is certain websites that require you to go live longer, and there's other ones that only want you to be there for a short amount of time, like a couple of seconds or a few minutes, right? I go live for hours because that's how I started out my social media. That's how I started streaming, was on Twitch. And on Twitch, you had to stream for hours to become an affiliate. I mean, I was streaming 6 hours a day, every day for months, for like 3 to 6 months before I became an affiliate. So, like, I legitimately made it my job to do this. And it was like a morning show. For those of you who go back and watch the Twitch, if you have the availability to, I did not know that they did not save videos. So if you're a lurker and you've been saving it the entire time, please send me a copy. I don't care. Just send me a copy. I need it. So for anybody who has my content from before this year, it's really important that you have that, and I really need it because all my content got deleted. So if you have it, it's special. So if I ever do, you know, whatever, it'll be worth it one day. So, and even if I don't ever become whatever, then either way, you have it. So, like I said, utilizing old videos, old photos, you know, just random stuff. Do like a little 3-second thank you. Like I said, tell people about your wish lists. And this can be all part of your posting. You don't even have to be directly posting. You could just be putting all of this stuff out there, and that's part of your posting, but you're getting your face out there. You're getting your information out there. You're getting your business out there, right? So, you know, if you want to be a multimillionaire, you got to think multimillionaire thoughts. You know what I mean? Because that's the only way you're going to create it into your reality. So, and mind you, I might be doing this completely wrong. Who knows? But yeah, each one of those things, you know, like I said, as far as the ad per site, I don't even know how many sites. I mean, just in seller sites, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 seller sites. That's just the seller sites. That's not even social media. Social media, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I got 15 different social media sites that I keep up with every single day. And 10 seller sites. On top of going live. So, yeah. It gets to be a lot, you know, especially when you're pulling all of them. Now, mind you, that's not as many as most people have, or maybe that's more than most people have. I don't know. I'm kind of like in there somewhere, right? But if I have 15 social media sites and 10 seller sites, when you do the crossover, that's amazing how much content that is, right? And if you have any kind of like multi-posting tool, mind you, that's just expensive. It's like $100 a month or more, depending on how many sites that you have on there. I personally would have at least 8. So, you know, just I don't know if there's any kind of like a free or really cheap multi-posting tool that there is out there right now. If there is one, please let me know. But right now I'm doing all this shit by hand. So, um, yes, it does not have a lot on there right now, but I'm in the process of building up this. Um, so yeah, it's, and then I personally have to learn every single aspect of it before I even dig into it. So it's taken me 5 years to figure out all of this stuff. And so by the end of this year, we're going to be turning all of this into a business. And that's what I'm talking to y'all about, is becoming entrepreneurs and actually going after your goals and going after your dreams, and like, you know, doing the thing that everybody tells you to do anyway, right? They always tell you, go after your goals and dreams, even ever since you were a kid. Oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? I don't fucking know. We're kids. We have no idea anything about the world. How are you going to tell us what we want to be when we don't even know anything about the world yet? I mean, I get it, but like, what did you want to be when you were a kid? What did you do when you were younger that you don't do anymore? Start doing that. You literally only have this life to live, unless you believe in reincarnation. So YOLO it, right? I know I say that a lot in the streams, but that's what it is today. You only live once. So you need to live how you want to. A little bit more every day. Interject those little happy thoughts and efforts in there. Need to send what? I don't understand. I think I don't know how that works. So yeah. Where was I at? Hey, Ramarfran, Steve, Hot Lava, Woolhash, I already said that one. Man of Value, Chuck, Mad Meatball, that's funny. Tar Heel Statewide, B Labs, Tyler Durden, Elaine Harrington, Alex Gray, Chuck, A Man of Value. I do need to set up a separate thing. I don't know how that would work. How do you send gift cards? I know that, like, I used to send gift cards to my kids through email. Like Starbucks and stuff like that. I would do their chore money on gift cards. And I would send it to them through their email, so. Oh my gosh. Wow, hey guys. Happy Friday, y'all. Today, what time is it? Oh wow, it's 11 o'clock, okay. Hey, Omar, Isabel. Hope you're having a good day. I don't know what's going on with my computer today. It's acting all weird. I brought you here? I did? Awesome. I don't have an email set up for other people yet. So you might have to bear with me on that one. But yeah, anything that you guys do through the site is great. Because I don't know any kind of like legalities and stuff. Like, I don't know if there's any kind of rules or whatever. Yeah, I don't have an email set up for that yet. I guess I could set one up with fans. That'd be kind of cool, right? How do you contact me? I've tried to like block contact from so many people for so long now. That's what I was saying in the stream the other day is like, if I did have someone who like, say for example, if they were a celebrity or if they were, a business owner or something like that, and they wanted to reach out to me to offer me a, like, say a position there or something like that, I have no way for them to do that because I automatically think everybody's a bot or that they're out to scam somebody. So it's like, the trust level's at zero for me. And that's horrible. That's really horrible. But I mean, it really, you know, especially like my age, they taught us a lot about and kind of like drilled it in our head about not giving up information and all this stuff, right? And then social media came about. When we were kids, you're like stranger danger, and then next thing you know, you're getting a ride from a stranger in an Uber that you're paying to go, that you have no idea who they are. Same concept. So, and like the same thing with like personal information. Like, who do you share that information with now? If you're wanting to get contacted from, say for example, if one of these social media sites end up wanting to make you viral or whatever, how do they contact you? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you were to, if I mean, I could become viral right now and I wouldn't even know it. I would, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how would you even know? How do they contact you to let you know that they want to offer you maybe a job, or like, say for example, TikTok. If TikTok wants you to come to like an event or something, or like wants to hire you, or have you, I'm just saying, like, I don't know what is it that we're working for? What are we streaming for? You know what I'm saying? Like, what would be the contact at that point of how would they reach out to us? Because we've been told so long that like there's so much nonsense. I mean, I could literally open up my TikTok DMs right now and show you every single bot that has a multiple account, especially of those tarot card readers. I don't know what it is about tarot card readers and celebrities, but they have so many multiple bot accounts, and they do reach out to people. I get that. I get it all the time. So I ignore it. And it could have been an offer for a job. It could have been an offer for me to, work in some international interstellar company, and I would have never known. I would have thought it was a bot. So, I mean, how do you know? And for those of you who actually do work in corporate in some of these places, because I know some of y'all are scouts, because yeah, y'all need to watch out for that too. You have people coming into your DMs talking to you, and you don't even realize it, but they're scouts for businesses. There's people that are actually going out and looking for people to come and work for them. So, when you're live, a lot of times the people who end up coming into your live are actually scouts for businesses. So again, like, even if they did, I probably would have blocked them. Email is the only route. Yeah, because I mean, you're not going to put your personal cell phone number on there, because you're going to have like so many people messaging you. I opened up my fan page one day, and I legitimately locked my computer because of the fact that there was so many messages coming through. I think I actually, when I was on Twitch, when I first started live on Twitch, I showed y'all how fast this stuff happens and how many bots there are. Like, I put all my all of my pictures and stuff like this on one of the social medias, and I left it open, right? And then, like, I didn't private anything, none of it, right? And I left it open, and I didn't even say anything, and I still to this day have not said anything. And I'm telling you, my email box, like the DM box, is full. Like, if I try to open it, there's so many comments that are coming into it from bots that I can't even get my computer to open it. So it's like, that's unreal how many there are. And I'm not saying like, oh, I'm special or anything. Legitimately, this is just random pictures. So, so it goes back to, how do you believe it? How do you know it? And you said that, creating a business email account helps. So, I don't even know how to do that. I mean, do you do it through like Google or something? um, yeah, I feel like for the most part, if it's like a legitimate thing, you should be able to tell. But with AI now, it's going to be really hard to be able to tell the difference between a person and a robot. I mean, we already had bots before, but now AI is so much more advanced that that we really can't. The line between reality and AI is so blurred. You know.
Hey, baby.
Hey.
In about 15 more minutes.
Okay.
Then there'll be an hour and a half.
Okay.
Everything going smooth?
So far.
You didn't drink all your tea?
Nope. I didn't drink all my tea. My chai tea. I actually did switch my, I don't know if I said this earlier, I think I did. I switched my TikTok from a business account to a personal account. I don't know if that was a good move, to be fair. It's been a business account pretty much since I opened it. So I'm hoping that that helps with like the finance part of it, like making it to where, you know, I'm basically getting paid to do this. So, hey, Big John, Brandon, Iris. Oh my gosh, y'all are coming in so fast. Kevin Peabody, Rio Mello, Jamie Lewis, Goyo, Terry, Isabel, Omar, Alex Gray, Elaine Harrington, Tyler Durden, B Labs, Tar Heel Statewide, and I think I said the Mad Meatball. So yeah, oh, thank you. I'll look into that. Let me add that to my list of things to do. I think for Twitch specifically, I think in my About Me section, I think my business email account states to be determined. So I'll look into that today for you guys. And there's some things that you guys have to be really careful of accepting. Because there's some like, especially if you're an affiliate, there's certain things like certain requirements I think that you have to meet, and then there's some stuff that like you can and can't do. So keeping up with those requirements is really hard, especially when there's so much shit to read. There's like 5 books of life to read for like the requirements and stuff like that, and they keep changing. So, thanks for the TikTok universe. So yeah, I'm gonna try that critique, and I'll look into the access thing. I wonder if there's a way, because I know that there's I'm not sure if it's on my actual Twitch or not, and I can't log in right now because I'm actually on my phone. I'll look into that later though. But I think on my Twitch there's a space in my About Me section for my, I think it's from like my PayPal or my, it's either PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. And it says that you could buy me a nice chai latte or whatever. It's like a gift card thing that you could do. Because I know that there was a period of time that there was like, you know, a buy me a coffee type deal in the beginning of the streams where people could donate $5 for you to buy a coffee for the stream or something like that. So I will look into that. That's awesome. That's a good line. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay. I'll just leave it at that for right now. I don't want to promise anything. So don't forget to cross post. Make sure your links are good. Make sure your background is good. If you have in-stream ads, make sure you're keeping up with the totals of that. Don't forget to ask what you want. Don't forget to add in your wish lists, because like I said, you know, centering yourself is not being self-centered, okay? It's when I state for you to be centered in yourself is to understand yourself enough to be able to speak it into existence, right? So if you know what you like and you know what you want, you're going to go after those things. A lot of us stop ourselves out of fear from going after those things, like, for example, you know, worrying that there's a bot or there's a scam or there's something bad going to happen. That's a normal feeling, and that's something for like a survival state in this internet era, right? It's like another level of what already existed before. Now we're doing it a different way. It's the same thing, it's just a different way. So, you know, to try to bypass that and allow that flow to happen, it's almost like there's a personal dam blocking that flow, especially when it starts with fear. Okay, so when you're not afraid to do something, you have that constant flow state, right? But then you end up having that constant flow state of bad stuff happening too, because of the fact of abundance is positive and negative. So yes, it's a natural fear to go into something new, especially when you're vulnerable. Hey, Anthony Brewer, Mike Gillum. Uh, and so, you know, like when you're trying to try new things, that fear state blocks you from doing a lot of stuff. And it could block you from your opportunities. It could block you from your, you know, positive abundance as much as it is blocking all the bad stuff. So, yes, there is good and bad in life. And yes, the decisions that you make in this life are the ones that are going to be your path, whatever that is. And at any point in time, you can pivot and change that path. If it's not going the way you want it to go, pivot a little bit. Pivot. Start pivoting a little bit towards the life that you want. Okay? And that could include just 5 minutes a day doing a hobby that you used to do. It's literally those little interjections of doing something that makes you happy a little bit more every day, right? And eventually that like becomes like a tsunami in a sense, because of the fact that now you have all these little 1% of happiness during the course of your day, even though you have 24 hours. I don't know how many minutes that is. Uh, but, you know, if you interject those little tiny bits over the course of time, you know, like I said, if you do 1% every single day, by the end of the year, you're 365% better than you were when you started. And even if you failed a little bit, you're still better than you did before. So, baby steps, right? Don't be afraid to ask the universe for what you want, right? And don't be afraid to ask other people for what you want. Whether or not they say yes or no, it's up to them. And don't be afraid if they say no. You're no worse off than you were before. You just keep going, right? Next opportunity, next opportunity. And that no is not always a no forever. That no is just a no for right now. You may not get a no later. Business 101. You know what I mean? Salesman 101. Get that shit on a calendar. You know what I mean? Oh, no, today's no? Alright. What about next week? Can I come back next week? Can I talk to you next week? Blah, blah, blah. Let's talk about this on this day. Hey, this day I'm doing this. You want to talk about that then? Get it on a calendar, right? Even if it's a no now, it doesn't mean it's a no later. So, also give donation sites for sponsors that are investing into everything that you're doing or that you plan on doing. Remember what I said about wish lists? It doesn't necessarily have to be for right now. It could be for something in the future, right? And you can have it to where you're planning for something in the future and people can actually invest in what it is that you're doing and what it is that you want in your own personal life, if that's something that they're interested in investing in. And a lot of people are really interested in investing in people that are doing better for themselves, okay? Because people want to see people do better for themselves, except for haters. But, you know, that's part of it too. So, so yeah. Don't forget to budget, like I said, as far as like advertising. If you're paying for advertising, I personally am not paying for advertising, but at some point I may, you know, to get it out there more. But as of right now, I'm not too worried about that. budget-wise, for me personally, as far as the multi-posting, that's a future plan, right? So I'll personally be investing into myself for future usage of said whatever for multi-posting, whatever site I end up using. But for right now, I'm doing everything manually. So if you guys look at my social media and you're like, oh, it's kind of lacking, it's because I haven't gotten fully into it yet. This whole process of me talking through it, like I said, for the past 6 months, has been building this PDF for you guys. I've been going behind the scenes, testing out everything, so I can see how this is going to work once I actually put it into play. I've already started light touching on a lot of the play in the book as it is, which will be available hopefully by the end of the month. Oh no, it's the new month. I just realized that. So by the end of the month, so yeah, today also, well, I guess I'm gonna have to work in the PDF. So, and I get behind on myself too, and this is what forces you to become accountable for all of your own actions and everything that you're gonna say that you're gonna do, because you're the only one saying that you're gonna do it. So it's you forcing yourself to become accountable for yourself. So you don't have a choice but to look at it. And it keeps coming up. And if you have to keep repeating, and this is one thing that I did with the book when I originally was handwriting it. I hand wrote this every single day in these books until I got a printer and was able to print. It made life so much easier. So if I have to keep rewriting the same thing every single day, because I'm transferring it. Every day I'm transferring it over to the next day. Every week I'm transferring it over to the next week. So at the very minimum I have 24 hours. At the very maximum I have 7 days to get this done until the next time it comes up again. Right? Same thing at work. You guys have weekly meetings, right? So what did you get done this week? It's forcing yourself to be accountable for your own life, including everything that you're trying to do. So I know that we always do this. We write down a to-do list and we never ever get half of the shit done. So we end up having to write another one and then write another one. Or for those of you who are digital, you digitize it or whatever. Dinner's on? Okay. Thank you, Pratik, for telling me about that. I appreciate that, by the way. And thank you for the offer, at the very least. If for some reason that we can't get it to work, that's fine. I appreciate the offer, at the very least. So, yeah. I forgot what I was talking about now. I get so into talking, and then I get distracted, and then I can't remember what I was talking about. Hey, Nathan, Brandon, Deal, Savage, Cerberus, George. So yeah. Yes, it was great catching up as well. Thank you. So that's your, like I said, if you have however many social medias, you have however many seller sites, cross-post them. For those of you who are just doing like your everyday stuff, anything that you're putting on there, any one picture that you put on there, any one video that you put on there, you can make that one thing into anything, okay? And I want you to think multifaceted in an aspect of cross-posting across multiple aspects, like a disco ball, right? And so you're shining your light on all of these different avenues, and you're only giving out a specific amount of energy, okay? So like I said, I want to try to make this as simple as possible in a way that is automated, right? Because you want to make everything automated. Because you want to get paid to exist. I mean, that's the whole point in life, right? You want to get paid to exist. So trading with other people, if you know somebody else, this is something that we actually watched in the movie last night, which is really awesome because a friend of mine, Robert, and I used to do this. And so trading for work is another option. If you know somebody that can do the work and you're trading off for work, that's just as much, if not more, than money. So when you're doing your collaborations, for those of you who are content creators, when you're doing your collaborations, see if you guys can do free collaborations with people to build their portfolio. Not just theirs, but yours too. Okay? like I did with the live stream where I went and I did the multi where everybody was, included in it. I've never done that before, but I just did it. And so it's another option that you guys could do is, put your, I want to say QR code, but like, you know, we're kind of getting inundated, and this whole thing is getting saturated so much. It's almost impossible to feel like you're getting anywhere with anything, especially with AI now. So I feel like it was unfair. It did kind of clear the board for most of us, but I feel like it was unfair that AI got included in the algorithm for most of the content creators as well as like business owners and stuff like that, because it demonetized a lot of things, as well as like it just became more of a realization of how vulnerable we are as human beings for all of the work that we've done. We were called essential at one point, but we're actually replaceable. So, and it does really put human beings at the bottom of the totem pole because, there's no way for us to be able to compete with an AI. There's just no way. A human being versus an AI is not going to work. It's never going to, it's incompatible. So, so continue to stay consistent. If you keep doing this like jumping around stuff, it's going to throw your algorithm completely out of the system and it's going to push it down to the bottom. But if you stay consistent, right, a little bit every day, it'll force that regularity into the system. Okay? So if you all of a sudden are only getting, like, say for example on TikTok, if you're only getting 300 views and you're staying at 300 views, do something different. Keep doing what you were doing, but add one plus, right? Like do something different. Like say for example, if you only go live, well, start posting. Start posting in your stories. Start commenting. Go through and add new people. Like show attention or show action in the app. And that's what it's doing. It's pulling the information, the data information from it, from what you're doing to create your own algorithm. But the thing is, though, is that it's also pushing you, for those of you who are content creators at least, it's pushing you into the algorithm of where do you need to be seen. So, for some of us who don't have niches, you're going to get put everywhere. You're going to get put in places that you never even thought possible. And that's the point. The problem is that how people receive you. Okay? Same thing with communication and comprehension. They're two different things, right? So, when you're putting yourself out there, how are other people receiving you? I know for a fact that there's a lot of people that come to me for the unschooling and come and find out that I have other content that may or may not coincide with what it is that I'm doing on here. There also may be people that came in years ago. Like, for example, the other day someone said to me, wow, like your content from a long time ago was really different than it is now. Yeah, it's called evolution. We all go through it. At some point in time, I'll probably touch back on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's like this whole thing that ends up happening. We don't always stay the same. And for those of us who do, that's what we like. So, be yourself every day. No matter if people understand you or not. It's totally fine. Maybe they're not meant to understand you. Maybe they're meant to ask questions. Maybe they're meant to ask questions so this way you ask questions about yourself. It's part of it. This whole thing is part of it. So, everything is interconnected with each other. Today's... Let me go back to today. Okay, so today is Two of Wands. So ace into reality, your thoughts. I want you guys to really stay focused on your thoughts because your thoughts create your reality. And I think that you are going to be able to um, create, like I said, this ace into reality of whatever it is that's in your thought process for today, or what's been in your thought process during the course of the week. I know a lot of you guys had something come up this week that was kind of out of nowhere, wasn't it? I called it earlier. You had some message or some letter or someone, maybe an ex come back. You've maybe received a letter in the mail. Maybe you received a text message that was kind of off, kind of sudden, kind of threw you like a little bit, or a situation happened this week. Yeah, that was supposed to happen. That was fated. So, I want you to really focus on your thoughts and what you want to do with your life from here on out. Like I said, we're trying to make from the next couple of months, now that it's August, September, October, November, December, we got 4 months left till the end of the year. By the end of the year, coming into this new year, we're going to have business. We're going to be entrepreneurs. We're going to make this all monetized. That's the goal. So this way, everything that I do, everything that you do, every day, is monetized. So that just by you doing the things that you do every single day anyways, you'll get paid to do it. I mean, that's the baseline of it, right? It's not the money factor. It's the freedom behind it as to what it does for you, right? You can have freedom without money. It's not exactly fun. You have to find a new way, new path, new course. And it is a lot harder. The easiest path for you to take right now is just go get a job, right? It's the easiest path. Go get a job. Well, for some of us, we can't freaking do that. No one will hire us. Whether it's because of something we did in the past or something we did recently, or just the fact that we don't even know what we want. So, like I said, I know that's the easiest path to take, but when you become an entrepreneur, you're finding a way to make money. You're not given money easily. I mean, don't get me wrong, like if you layer it right, then yeah, you will. But becoming an entrepreneur from the already ingrained work life is really hard, and especially if you don't have support. Or if you don't have certain things that most of society today already does. And don't get me wrong, just because you're there right now doesn't mean that you won't get knocked down. Does not mean that you won't have things taken away from you. Just because you live in a wonderful house, have these cars, have everybody around you, and have all of these things, that doesn't guarantee that it'll be there tomorrow. Okay? Anything can happen in a moment, and I want you to understand that in your vulnerable moments is when you are your strongest. So if you have been faced recently with a loss, my condolences. Whether that was a job or a person or a place or a thing, maybe a pet, plants, I don't know, whatever. Maybe you've experienced loss in your own mindset. Maybe you don't think the way that you used to. So, which is good. That's, like I said, it's part of your evolution. It's part of who you are and who you're becoming. You're not always going to stay the same. There's always going to be a part of you. Your soul is always going to be the same. Your soul is you. It's who you are. It's everything that you embody. It's just there's certain aspects of you that over time end up changing your perception, your perspective of things, your experiences. Maybe something that you said that you would never do when you were a kid, you had experienced something and now you're like, oh, well, I was wrong. Or like, hey, I didn't think I was going to like this as a kid. Now I grow up and now I do. You know what I mean? Like, or like maybe, as an adult, you want to go back to being a kid. Which we can do that at any point in time. But, whether or not society accepts that or not, that's a whole other thing. So, you okay, babe?
Yep, I'm just getting ready to get your attention.
Okay. So, today's house chores, like I said, today's vehicle and maintenance. Make sure that you're keeping up with that. If you have any special event planning for like this weekend, go ahead and look at that. Make sure that you have enough gas or that your tires are good or whatever is needed for your vehicle, especially if you're traveling. Um, driver's ed is online. Wherever you guys are at in the world, I don't know. You guys might want to look it up for yourselves. But I do know that in North Carolina, United States, that we do have a DMV online. And it does offer a handbook for those of you who are learning how to drive, no matter what age you are. Um, I think that everybody should learn how to drive a manual at the very least. And I know it's annoying and really hard, and most of you guys will not see a manual vehicle. You'll see a lot of electronic vehicles um, that are automated. So, but even though there is automation in most things, I highly suggest you always learn the manual part. Okay. Um, it's always good to have a backup in case of emergencies, and like I said, the more knowledge that you have, the more power you have, especially going forward into the future. Because um, if, for, God forbid, for some reason that there's no internet anymore, I'm gonna talk about total world chaos. But anyway, um, there are other countries that have actually done rolling blackouts on purpose. Um, Not only to test their systems in case of an attack, but just to test it, see what we do. We're gonna turn the internet off only on this block. You know what I mean? um, so yeah, today you do have an opportunity to take an offer and turn it into a reality. So I highly suggest that you do that. Like I said, driver's ed's online. Emergency situations. Please, please, please keep aware of your weather and the events that are happening around you. If you are traveling, before you leave for whatever you're doing, whether it's work, out with your friends, going on a trip, whatever, put the location of where you're going in the GPS and open up the GPS app, and it'll go ahead and tell you, A, if there's any delays, but they'll also be able to tell you in case of like protest situations. It'll show you if there's blockages up ahead. I personally would try to avoid blockages as much as possible, um, and take that. Remember, I said earlier this week, take that moment of pause to really consider your next steps. So there's too much chaos happening in the world today for you guys to not be aware of your surroundings. At all times, but at most times, right? Especially when you're traveling. Um, because these things pop up out of nowhere and they're usually very extreme. So, so just be aware of that a little bit more, um, just in case. Today is a no gym day. Thrifting, we haven't been thrifting because of retrograde. I will be adding to the seller site. Supper tonight. I personally have already opened up a bag of chicken and I need to do something with it, so probably something with chicken. I did not meal plan this week. Clean up. I still haven't finished my room. Nightly routine is slugging tonight. For those of you who are into that, don't do it overnight, but you could do it for a while, just because your pores need oxygen. But yeah, for those of you who are into that, slugging is an option for tonight. And then power down, I did make a new charging station. And part of that is to finish my room because it's a disaster zone right now. So, there's your Friday. Today's a dark natural. This week starts dark naturalism up until Sunday. And Monday it is cryptid core. So for Fashion Saturday tomorrow, we'll be looking at this next week's cryptid core style. Where's it at? Fashion Saturday, cryptid core. Okay. So, and also we'll be looking at the big book and content for the seller sites. So, And I put that bandage on my finger the other day, and look at what it did to my finger. Can y'all see that? All right here, it's like dry and cracked and like crazy. No, you can't see it. So yeah. If I do make the business email account, it will be on my Twitch About Me section. Fair warning. So for those of you who are wanting to send me like gift cards and stuff like that, I don't know if that's how you do it, but that's how I'm being told. So I'm gonna try to do that for you guys. Like I said, I just changed my TikTok from business to personal. Tell me if I made a mistake because I can always switch it back, but or at least I think I can. I don't even know if I can. But I feel like having the personal account versus a business account may be more beneficial for me as far as like the monetary reasons. Now, if I'm wrong, please let me know. I feel like we're getting inundated with a lot of information lately for like all the changes and stuff, so I can't keep up with it. I need like a definitive, okay, this is what we're doing, and work with that. That's why I said give it like a couple of weeks or something for this algorithm change and all the changes that have happened recently, especially on TikTok, to kind of settle because it's chaos right now. If you go scrolling through TikTok, especially on your FYP, it's nothing but advice, right? So I suggest that you guys go to the TikTok creator programs and stuff like that. Damn. And kind of use that instead. Because by listening to all these people, you're going to get mixed up. I mean, I'm already mixed up. So go into TikTok itself, whatever creator program that they have or whatever kind of advice that they have directly from TikTok, or if there's like, I think on one of the little stream things, it's like a TikTok university or something like that. I would suggest for those of you who are content creators to go in there and look at the requirements for whatever it is. And that's probably what I'm going to have to do. Because if I go by all of these scrolls, thank you for the likes. That was actually, that's pretty cool. So for us to scroll through and get all this advice from everybody, it's just giving us like a lot of information that we really don't know what to do with. And a lot of it's wrong for what it is that you're trying to do. So maybe me switching from a business account to a personal account was a mistake. I don't know, but I'm about to find out. So y'all pray for me. Send me good vibes if you don't pray. Whatever, I don't care. But I need help though. So I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Hope you have a very, very safe weekend. And until I see you guys again, make sure that you're checking out all my different kinds of social media. For those of you who are on TikTok, I believe it's above me. And for Twitch, it's in my About Me section. For those of you who are on YouTube, are going to be watching this later, I'm still working on the About Me section in my YouTube. So check out all different social medias through my link tree. If you get offended, it's your own damn fault, because I already warned you. Preferably 18 plus, but it is what it is. So, let's see. So yeah, until I see you guys again, behave.